Hi, I'm Ann St. Dennis for GMRE BTV. There's a new wave hitting MLS organizations in the United States, as evidenced by a recent survey of 700 MLS organizations in the States by the Council of MLS. The debate is over consumer-facing websites, and as the survey results reveal, not only do 50% of the MLS organizations surveyed actually have a consumer-facing website, but another 21% are seriously considering implementing one. Here to talk about the tremendous success of their consumer-facing website, har.com, is Bob Hale, President and Chief Executive Officer of the Houston Association of Realtors. Welcome, Bob Hale, to GMRE BTV.
Thank you. It's great to be in Montreal.
Well, it's great to have you here. So, Bob, we're here to talk about har.com's incredible success. Can you give me a bit of an overview as to what makes har.com so successful?
I think the key is it has a lot of information that consumers want. It has school information. It has all the listings updated every 15 minutes. It has up to 20 photographs. It has virtual tours. We're about to add video of listings and video of agents. It just has everything they could possibly want. They could go and find any golf course in the greater Houston area, and then through the Microsoft mapping, they can actually walk the golf course as if they were playing it, and then they can find every realtor listing around that golf course. So that drives traffic to the realtors, and it makes the consumers happy at the same time.
How did har.com come about?
We started a little over 10 years ago. I went to a speech from ASA, the American Society of Association Executives. And the speaker said, one day, not in the too distant future, every business in America will be defined by their website, not their physical location. And I went back and I thought about that, and we talked to some of our members, and we said, well, maybe we need a website. And so out of that speech became har.com, and we hired a crew, and it's history from there.
And how long ago was that?
It's about a little over 10 years ago.
And can you tell me then, in terms of any potential naysayers at the time, was there any objection to HAR actually developing its own website?
You know, when it first started, we were so far ahead of the curve. Very few brokers had websites at that time. No one complained. It was just hey, that's cool, let's do it. We had a little bit of pushback later on. One large broker felt like if we didn't deliver the leads to the members, or we didn't have a public website, perhaps the consumer would go to their website. But if you look at all of the surveys, if you look at media metrics and Hitwise as to where consumers are going for real estate, we know that's just not the case. We get as much as 57% of all eyeballs in Houston that are looking at real estate going to har.com.
And that's one way of measuring its success. What are the other ways that you can actually measure the success of har.com?
Okay, we know that about 1 million individual consumers go there every month. They look at realtor listings over 12 million times a month. And realtors are receiving over 500,000 free leads off of har.com, phone leads, email leads. And so they're very happy about that. And so it's very, very, very successful.
And how are you getting the success story back to your members or back to your subscribers? Okay,
the users of MLS, the members, we send a monthly report, an email report, which is called the Star Report. And it shows every individual member and every broker how many times their listings were viewed on har.com, how many times there were click-throughs from har.com to their website, which is in the millions, and then how many leads they actually receive on each individual listing. So if you don't tell the member that over and over and over, then they don't appreciate the value that they're receiving.
For the consumers, what would you consider to be the most important aspect to the website?
I think one of the main things that har.com does, on every page we promote the value of using a realtor to the consumer. So over and over and over, realtor value is promoted. Sometimes subtle, sometimes not so subtle, but we want to make that connection between the consumer and the realtor. And on the front page it says a premium site brought to you by the realtors in the greater Houston area. And so consumers appreciate the fact that the realtors have gotten together in providing them that information.
Well, congratulations on a very successful website, and we thank you very much,
Okay.
Bob Hale from the Houston Association of Realtors, for this interview.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Given the results of the Council of MLS survey, in that many MLSs have already or are in the process of implementing their own consumer-facing website, it appears that the brokers arguing that these sites competing with their own is on the decline. And perhaps for good reason, for in that very same survey, MLS organizations cited competition from other consumer websites as one of their #1 issues facing MLS today. This was Ann St. Dennis for GMREB TV.